this is Crankin Out Crafts. Thanks for joining us. I'm Deb. We're here at Market City and we are doing Father's Day crafts. Today I'm going to show you how to do this cute mason jar for Father's Day. It says love you 2 pieces on the top. You can fill this with little candies for your dad. So I'm going to show you how to make that. First you just need the quart size mason jar. I also printed out the labels out of the computer. So you can just do that at home. So that's for the top there. For the tie though, I did use a template that I made. I just cut it out of regular cardstock. You can just do a little triangle and just make it, the edges go in towards the top, just like a tie. So you can just use this one over and over and over again. So I'm just gonna line it up here with one straight edge. Make it a little bit easy on me and trace that. There we go. And then I'll cut it out. So this is pretty fast when you have a template and you just cut the straight edges. This isn't a complicated cut at all. And it comes out adorable. I do have a tie knot here also as a template. So I can just trace that out too, just for the top. It's basically just like a square that's goes in on one side, make it look like a knotted tie. And for this you're going to use your double-sided tape to stick it together. You can use glue dots also if you'd like. There we go. And then here's my tie right here. So then I'm just going to take this, just going to put it right on the top, kind of up to where it has a little bit of the edge sticking out, so it does look like a tie knot. Okay, oh, stuck to the table there. So then we can go ahead and put that aside to go onto the jar, but now we need to make the collar that's going to go around the top half of the jar. So I made a template for that too. This is just 12 inches. So 12 inches from this tip to this tip, and I just cut a little triangle, cut it straight across and cut a little triangle there too. That's gonna wrap around to make it his collar. So for that, I'm also going to just trace this out. And you don't have to be exact with it. Just semi-straight. You can use a straight edge if you want. You can use an X-Acto knife if you want. But I'm just going to use my scissors real fast here. So the 12 inches goes pretty much perfectly around the jar. You don't need to add anything or cut anything away from it. So there, I have that. So I'm going to go ahead, and this is just the back side, so I'm using my scraps that I cut the ties out from. So I'm just going to take a long piece of double-sided tape and put it across the whole thing there. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of go around the edge, and you can kind of reposition this if you need to, just by peeling it and then re-sticking it. Just until you get the tips, the points right there together. There we go. So now we have that. Now we have to put the tie on. So we'll put the tie on again with your double-sided tape. Works pretty good on the mason jars. So it can kind of be removable if you don't want to keep it like this forever. If you wanted to keep it like this forever, I would suggest using Fabri-Tac or like E6000 even is good for the is good for the mason jars, the glass. So to do the top part, I'm just going to take this whole thing off and we will trace it onto just a piece of paper. You don't have to be exact with this again because most of it's going to be covered up anyways. So you want to do it a little bit smaller. So you see I'm cutting on the inside of the line. Just a little bit on the inside of the line. It's going to be covered up. Your edge is going to be covered up by the rim, so I wouldn't worry too much about getting it straight, perfectly round. You can use a circle cutter if you want to, if you have one. Those ones are great to use. So I'm just going to use a little bit of double-sided tape, put it on the back here, and just put that right there. Okay, so I'm going to take my cutout words, take my Marvy Uchida punch. This is the largest, well, this is the second to the largest one, the large circle punch. So with this paper, sometimes the punches have difficulty going through it because it's computer paper. It's not cardstock. So what I have to do is put some cardstock underneath it, and then it'll cut it out just fine. So I want to put it through, make sure that it's, well, that one's not lined up good. Make sure that it's lined up good. There, that one's better. So I'm gonna see inside this hole on where I'm punching it out at. And then I'll flip it over and punch through it. There we go. Punch through the cardstock and the paper, and it gave it a nice clean cut. So I'm gonna take my double-sided tape again. Put that on the back side. And I'm just going to put this in the middle. So there we go. Put this back inside of the rim and see how it hides all of your little edges. You don't have to worry about those edges. We're just going to put the lid, kind of position it good on here. There we go. You can take some glue and glue these points down too if you wanted to. And then on this one, we also have some ribbon on here. This is grosgrain ribbon. So you can put any kind of ribbon. You can put satin, you can put grosgrain, whatever you want to do. You can even use some twine on it to give it a nice masculine look. But these are just so cute. You can fill it with whatever kind of candy that your dad likes. So thanks so much for joining us here. Happy Father's Day. Be sure to check us out on Instagram at BF Crafts.